Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We have a short discussion video. Getting some content. Yes. I'm in a rough shirt.
You're doing your intro right as Tyler gave you an answer?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't valid, though. I don't know.
No,
I'm not like that. You make sense.
Yeah.
You make sense because they're already to that point.
Yeah.
But, like, I like the fact that, like, Attitude Era, like, fucking just Stone Cold doing whatever he wanted.
So the
He was just
topic
out there
today...
fucking however he wanted. You know what I mean?
That's true. That is true, yeah. That was the cool thing about the Attitude Era.
I guess I will to kind of leapfrog off of that. Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. Let me because we just started talking.
Okay.
So what we're talking about today, Triple H regime, what is one thing, I guess we can do more than one thing, that you would have him do. So will be video, or not video, audio only.
Mm-hmm.
So I am Chavathehero. I have the Icon Gib.
Hello.
Banco Tylor. Dick the Cock Johnson.
Sancho.
Bando Luis Miguel Angel Gabriel.
Whatever the fuck is name.
And then Phil Acio Carlos.
Phil. All right, we'll go with it.
That's what I got.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Back in the Attitude Era, I feel like the fans just popped off at everything. You know, it was always a lot. Like, it was crazy.
yeah, I mean, you also had like millions and millions of views.
Do you also know why they popped off so much? Why?
It was a different time back then.
Not only that, they cared about character development.
Yeah, everybody had a gimmick.
So real marks?
Huh?
Real marks?
Yes.
Like the true marks?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the other thing too is, if you were going to get over, you had to get over naturally.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yes.
But like, I mean, I also feel like, don't get me wrong, I feel like the WWE obviously needs work. Like, they need to get back to it. Yeah, you know what I mean?
That's the beauty of the
But
business.
like, look at it. I also feel like it also just based off the time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, think about it. When the Attitude Era and everything was really popping off, the average, I guess I would feel like the average consumer didn't have access to streaming services, to, using online and the reach to be able to expand their wrestling palette, if you will. Where now it is, so it's a double-edged sword. It's like everyone can expose themselves more, but it also just makes everyone more critical, yeah.
More eyes.
More eyes and like what they view and everything. So like at that point, it's like, and I feel like why they started stepping away towards the Attitude Era. I mean, like people are like, okay, like we're kind of getting bored of it. Like we see other people doing different things and it's working. So they're like, okay. So then you went to the PG era, which, people will say what they say.
It wasn't horrible.
Yeah.
It wasn't horrible.
And then you have what they're trying to do now. It's like find that balance. Because I also feel like if they went straight back to the Attitude Era, it truly is just times have changed and people just don't want to really see that.
And you can't say certain things nowadays which you could get away with back then,
Correct.
too. I mean, I'm going to be honest, dude.
Yeah, it's true. It is true.
It's just, yeah.
But you know what I mean? It's just time. And I don't feel like that's necessarily a bad thing. It's if you can evolve and still capture the fans' attention without having to rely on, cheap shots, if you will, of the Attitude Era and, going for the typical, race card, sexual card, whatever, and the raunchier things, which would not pass today, is if you can capture that audience, evolving and keeping up with the time. That, I feel like, truly just speaks to the product of, we can adapt, we can change, and we're more than just a one-trick pony.
Yeah.
Yeah, I understand that point.
All right. So I think we should start off with your
My joke?
Your joke answer. I want you to you're going to go last on this because you're not too familiar with everything going on, since you're the half mark. But it's essentially a pitch. It's like, hey, Triple H, do this. This is why. Figure it out.
Yeah, well, it's a fantasy thing, too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So it's
fantasy
whatever
booking.
you think.
So if you're like, turn everything X-rated, cool, tell me why. Why is everything X-rated? So go ahead with your joke answer first.
Damn, that'd be awesome.
So,
The stream only.
so I know that there's a thing about concussions and shit like that.
Bad.
But, hear me out. Give me the fucking brawl for all, dude.
Brawl for all?
Give me the brawl for all.
Dude,
Ooh.
Give me the brawl for all.
that's horrible.
All
Give me
right.
the brawl for all.
It was so bad.
Let's give on the backstory. The brawl for all, Dirty, right?
Yeah.
Dirty's idea.
It was Eric Bischoff.
It was-
Eric Bischoff's idea.
No, it was
Vince Russo.
Vince
It was
Russo.
Russo.
It was Russo.
So
was Vince Russo.
have we talked about Vince Russo? So Vince Russo was a writer for WWE.
He's dog shit.
Um,
But the TNA wasn't.
but he came up with a lot of the dumb, random stuff that happened in the Attitude Era.
You mean like
Some of it was
one
good.
was sleeping on a bed of a lady in the middle of the ring?
That's Edge.
That was afterwards, but
Oh.
there are some worse ideas.
Oh yeah, that time that Animal had to fake commit suicide by falling off of the stage out of the very top. That was Vince Russo.
Yeah.
Or when they
So-
hung Sergeant Sly.
I think Vince Russo was out of the company by then.
Okay.
So-
He was in WCW.
Whose idea was that?
That's Vince, that's Vince Russo for you. But we'll. So he came with this idea to make wrestling more.
Well, no, he heard it from JBL.
Pretty much, they're like, all right, we're gonna get the tough guys, the guys who are actually tough, that are backstage, tough as nails. We're gonna get them. They're gonna box each other.
No, it's
They're
going to be an actual fight.
actual fight. Whoever gets knocked out loses.
Oh, and guess what else? Doesn't the winner get like a title shot?
The winner was supposed to get a title shot.
And I think money. I think money was at the end of it because that was the
Yes.
main.
Yes.
Yep. And so they
I wanna say it was
hired a guy,
50,000.
Something like
named
that.
I want to say that's what it was.
Dr. Dusty Williams.
Ah,
And
yes.
this dude was tough,
Yeah. Just straight off Japan.
straight out Japan.
Oh.
They're ready to give him a big push because they thought, and they put him in the tournament because they thought he was going to win. And then Bart Gunn, when he was pitched the idea, he's like, all right, what are you going to do when I knock him out? They all laughed at him. And what happens? He knocked him out.
Yeah.
He knocked out Godfather too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Godfather's a
Tough motherfucker.
Yeah, he's a tough guy.
so
He's
that all happened, and he pretty much got punished for being tough because he knocked out their star boy.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to win.
Yeah, and so what they did, do you know who Butterbean is?
The boxer?
You ever seen Jackass, the first one?
Yes.
You know where Knoxville fights that dude in the department store?
Yes.
That's Butterbean.
That's Butterbean.
Why?
So what he won instead of a championship match and
Matt, that's
and,
how it is.
Yeah.
and
Yeah, that
money,
makes sense.
he got a chance to fight Butterbean at WrestleMania, and he got knocked out in.
It was quick.
It was quick.
It was quick.
First
It was,
round.
it was like
First hit?
8 seconds.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
Really fast.
Ow.
Yep.
I mean, it makes sense.
So Drew wants to bring this up. All right, how many people did the original Brawl for All have? 8.
I think it was either 8 or 12.
All right, give me 8.
Brock Lesnar, Bobby Lashley,
Oh,
Matt Riddle,
oh fuck.
Bill Goldberg,
Can I give you one?
Yeah.
Braun Strowman.
Braun Strowman. I'm trying to think.
This is your idea.
Braun Breaker.
Okay. He's getting slept, though.
He's a Steiner.
Depends who.
He's getting slept. By at least 3 out of the 5 you named.
Come on, 2 more.
Otis.
Okay.
This is getting slept.
And last one. Fuck, I'm trying to think here.
I got one, but he's not with WWE.
Trying to think here.
I'm trying to think who would be good that's in WWE right now.
Or has been. Because, I mean, this is the past we're talking about. It could be.
Well, no, he's trying to bring a new one.
Oh, now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cena.
Oh, no.
No.
No, he'll
No.
die. He'll die.
He'll forget Chinese.
Hollywood will get pissed.
Who?
Oh, Shinsuke.
Oh yeah. All right, Shinsuke has a lot of martial arts like knowledge.
Okay.
Braun Breaker's a big dude. Otis used to compete in Olympic wrestling. Brock Lesnar's Brock Lesnar.
Bobby Lashley's has an MMA background.
Yeah, he fought for Bellator.
Yeah, so does Riddle.
He's
So
ex-military.
Riddle.
And he's ex-military, too. That's
Yeah,
right. Air
Riddle
Force, no?
I don't know that
no,
much.
he was a Marine.
Marine,
He
thank
was
you.
a Marine.
Yeah, Matt Riddle fought for the UFC.
He was very good, though. Just so you know.
And then who else did he
Braun.
say? Braun's a big dude, power lifter. Goldberg.
Yeah. He's going to be the nostalgia act that comes back for the Brawl for All.
Yeah, probably.
Braun Strowman.
Unless he goes against like
Riddle. Right off the bat.
Braun. Oh my
Right
God.
off the bat, he goes against Riddle, yeah. That's how I'm booking it.
All right. Okay.
Fair.
So who'd be the other matchup?
So, okay, so you'd have Riddle and, what's his name? Goldberg. Second round, you'd
They
have...
hate each other. This is stupid.
I honestly feel like
Oh, give me Shinsuke.
I feel like Riddle could get it.
Shinsuke Brock.
Yeah.
Riddle versus Goldberg.
Yeah.
I can see Riddle.
We'll
I
get
can
that
see
match.
All right.
I think that would happen.
Last two.
I think he's a little bit
Um,
more tall, like lanky than Goldberg.
Lashley Otis.
Okay.
And then Braun Lesnar.
Fuck.
Who'd you put Shinsuke with?
No, that was Brock.
That was
Who
Brock.
am I missing?
Oh, you said Braun. I heard Braun.
But
Shinsuke is with Brock.
I know.
yeah, but
I
he
heard Brock
said
twice.
Braun. He said Braun and Brock.
My bad. Yeah, not Braun.
He
and Brock.
said he did say Brock twice.
Yeah,
All
my
right,
bad.
never mind.
My bad.
I know.
Alright, so
I thought
Braun-
you were wrong, and then you were right the second time. I'm kidding.
Lashley? No, Lashley's with Otis.
Yeah.
That's it then.
Who'd you say? You said her name.
Yeah,
Oh,
Braun
you said
Strowman. Braun Strowman.
Who's the last
So we
person?
had
So wait, he said I heard
Brock,
Riddle, Goldberg.
Mhm.
I heard Brock and
Shinsuke.
Shinsuke.
Lashley and Otis.
Lashley and Otis.
That's it. That's 6.
Yeah.
No, but you did 8.
Yeah, I know. We're trying to figure out who the last person
It's
is.
Braun,
Braun.
and somebody.
No, he said Braun and
Oh, Braun Breaker.
Braun
Oh.
and Braun.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why.
Here's the thing.
Oh.
Here's the thing. In that match, the winner keeps Braun as their name. The loser
Braun
has
versus
to,
Braun.
has to change their name.
So I personally would make one change to it because I just thought about it. I'd get rid of Braun Breaker, put in Walter.
Oh, I forgot about Walter.
Ooh.
Forgot about
Walter versus Braun,
Yeah.
or
Keep Braun.
Sheamus. Because Sheamus is a tough motherfucker.
Yeah, he is. He is. I forgot about that.
Yeah. All right. So, well, there's that idea.
And then we'd have to bring JR back to commentate it. Just the brawl for
It's a slobber knocker.
Yeah, just.
Can we have JR and JBL?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
That'd be dope.
All right.
That's
JBL
all.
was a good comment.
All right. So that's pitch number one.
I still hate
Didn't
it.
you have a joke one?
I had a joke one?
Didn't you? I thought you did.
I had a joke one?
No, I had the joke.
Okay. Oh, I thought both of you did. All right. Carlos, you got a pitch?
I can make one.
I thought you were gonna give your
The real one?
Yeah.
You want me to give the real one?
All right. Yeah, pick the real one.
Yeah, give me some more fucking storytelling, dude. Like, not storytelling, character development. Like, really, like, let the character flush out. Like, I don't know. With Vince, he really constricted a lot of people. I mean, that's why a lot of people left. Because they were just like, bro, like, I'm getting a paycheck. That's all I'm getting. I like wrestling. You make me hate wrestling, basically.
Yeah. I felt like that.
So with Triple H, he was gonna let it be more flowy, which I think would be really nice, and that would really flesh out characters for him. Because I think honestly, once they get that down, sky's the limit. Sky's the limit.
Yeah. It's tough to get over, though. Because, like, I mean, even just us, I'm not saying everybody, but, like, wrestling fans, we are nitpicky.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Very nitpicky.
you find your niche.
Yeah.
You find your niche, bro.
But, like, you could have somebody that just debuted and you'd be like,
Well,
yay or nay.
You got to give him time.
Immediately.
You got to know. I know, but you got to give him time.
I
Why did
understand.
Rocky Maivia flop so hard?
You know why not. You know why.
But was it Rocky's fault?
Not necessarily.
So whose fault was it?
I mean,
The one pulling the curtains. The one.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
that's fair.
All right. So you're talking about the bringing more of the Attitude Era type.
Well, yeah, I mean, there's certain things, obviously, we would leave out. But, I don't know. I think it's more nostalgia for me,
Okay.
if that makes sense. That's when I, like, started investing, you know?
Mhm.
I'll tell you what, it was just, like, I guess the shock and awe value is what drew me into the gimmick. Or, like, even the person, you know, or the show itself. Even back then, I feel like, as a kid, you could follow storylines. You knew what was going on just by, you know, somebody getting the mic and then they talked for a minute or two and then you knew what was going on. And it wasn't necessarily like, oh, fuck you, fuck this, you know. But there was some sort of story driven. Wasn't always the best.
Yeah. I understand what you mean because PG Era was like that too. Storyline was easy to follow.
Yeah.
Like I picked up watching right before WrestleMania like 23, and I started watching. I knew Taker was undefeated.
Yeah.
Batista was the champion. You know,
WrestleMania is a good time to get into wrestling.
Yeah,
It
'cause
really is a good
that's like
time to get into
the beginning and end of the
Yeah,
season.
yeah.
I feel like that's how they wanted it to happen, too. Because
Yeah.
if it's the biggest show of the year, it not only draws people in, but
the
it
season
also
finale.
that and then your longtime watchers have something to look forward
Yeah.
to, too. So.
But like nowadays, it gets so tough because like, for example, right now, Bobby Lashley was feuding with like Brock, but then now he's like feuding with Ali, and they were like partnering up, and I don't understand what's going on with that.
Oh yeah, I don't get that either.
Yeah, but they've just been fighting each other.
Yeah.
I'm sure that's rushed. I'm sure Ali is a Triple H guy, and
Well, he's a cruiserweight guy, so yeah, of course,
Yeah.
of course.
and Vince probably didn't like him for whatever X reason.
He's next cop.
Yeah,
Ali is?
Ali,
yeah, Chicago Cop.
Chicago cop.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's a badass.
Yeah, but I thought about putting Ali in there. Originally, I was gonna say put Jericho in there.
God damn.
Yeah,
Jericho get eaten alive.
Like Goldberg. They have heat.
they not anymore.
Oh, no, they squashed
They
it.
squashed it.
Oh,
all of
good.
them.
Good
Yeah.
for them. That's awesome, actually.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I feel like now that Vince is out of the picture, like Triple H is now having to give back to all these guys that he like promised. You know what I mean? I feel like there's something. Obviously, there's stuff backstage we don't know, right?
Yeah.
But I feel like him reaching out to people that's been fired. You know, Triple H isn't stupid.
No.
You know, like he's done. I feel like he's done that side of the business almost from the beginning in a way.
Yeah.
Like yes, he was a talent for a long time and this and that, but he knew the ins and outs.
Well,
He
funny
understood
story.
it.
Do you know how he started getting into that backstage role?
I don't.
The first time he got injured, Vince called him to come to this meeting. He's been going to every meeting ever since.
Wow.
Okay.
I don't know.
Attitude Era.
It's my favorite.
He likes
Yeah.
the simple
it's
storytelling.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't have to be that complex. No, it's true, because you
Yeah.
said it's easy to follow.
It
It
is
doesn't
easy to
have to be
follow.
that complex.
Because
Yeah.
Ali was also feuding with like Tommaso and Miz and Theory, so it's, I get it.
He's the baby face that's getting bounced around right now.
Yeah. All right, Carlos, what's your pitch?
We got to fight over Dominic again.
Yeah, we do.
Yes.
Now that he's older.
Yeah.
Yes. That no.
No, Dominic can fight for himself like a man.
And he loses.
Ask Rhea Ripley that.
No, I would say
Will.
honestly, what I would say, and I feel like I felt like this for a while. They need to just let go of the USA Network. I feel like,
Ooh.
Like, go to the USA Network?
like go somewhere else.
Find
Honestly,
another network.
I would say
Get on Spike.
Well, Spike doesn't exist anymore.
No way.
Yeah.
Spike's gone?
really.
Yeah, it's the Paramount channel now.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah,
But I would say,
Alright, that blows my fucking mind.
yeah, Spike's gone.
I would
They still
say,
throw some of the shows on there, like Bar Rescue still on there.
Wow.
On the streaming service, they have the new Ink Master.
Wow.
oh really?
That's
Actually.
cool.
But yeah, they need to just leave the USA Network, and I just feel like because, I mean, especially like towards the end of the Vince era, like I just feel like the networks are getting way too involved with the product, which I get. It's something they paid for. It's something that they're having on there to get more people to their channels to make more money. I get that, but I feel like sometimes that just
Hinders them.
exactly.
Because like, what other shows do they show on USA? I feel like it's like Rizzoli and Isles. Like it's,
Grizzly knows best.
it's targeted to like an older
Mm-hmm.
person. Not I don't know how old, but I'd say probably like what?
Not our age group.
25 to 50 maybe? Or
Yeah.
Not our age
I would
group.
say that.
definitely not our age. I mean, we've grown into it a little bit, but
But I feel like still not ours, because I mean, at the end of the day, I mean, what's their target demographic?
that could also like if they have control over not necessarily storylines, but like who they push and whatnot. I totally stand by what you're saying.
But you get what I'm saying, and
Where would you put him? Like if Triple H knocked on your door, was like,
TV deals up.
Carlos, here's the contract, bub. I need you to, tell me where you need to go.
well,
Pretty
honestly,
good Triple H approach.
I'd let him in for one.
no.
Well, you
Offer him a glass of water because it sounds like he's parched.
I would let him in. Hit him with one of these just because you have to. You have
Triple
to.
H is in.
Yeah,
You have to. You have to.
Excuse me.
Fuck yeah. No, but honestly, honestly, I would even go as far as push and just have them start their own channel.
Ooh.
Honestly, that's a great
They
idea.
did have that was that a channel or on demand, the 24/7 thing?
I think it was on demand.
it was an on-demand. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like they have even just outside just your
That would solve
wrestling,
a
your
lot of
televised
problems.
wrestling shows. They have the capacity for it. Just, I mean, I feel like just this. I mean, look at the stuff on Peacock.
Well, I feel like that's why like AEW does so well because they not only have their main TV deal, they have their YouTube, they have miscellaneous pay-per-views that they run.
But
Yeah.
TNT is such a powerhouse.
That's true.
Time Warner
I
is
guess-
such a
Yeah.
powerhouse.
And now they own HBO.
Yeah.
I guess that's true.
They own, or Discovery now owns all of that too.
Mhm.
I'll say TNA's over with
TNA's been done. I don't even know. I think they're on Twitch now, aren't they?
TNA, Access.
On Access,
Access.
that's what it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would also honestly cut Raw down from 3 hours.
Oh, 100%. Oh, 100%.
So
how long were they like previously?
Two.
They've always
hours,
been 2
bro.
hours.
Yeah.
So those 2 hours for Raw.
yeah, and it went to 3. What year did that go to 3?
2012
12?
something. It was early.
Yeah, 2012, 2010, 2011.
So I do agree. I miss when they were 2 hours, and then when they did 3 hour shows, it was like felt special.
It meant something.
But here's the thing: why they won't advertisement money.
Oh, 100%. I know.
And USA Network's the one that told them to go to 3.
But that's why I would see, like, if they started their own network, I feel like they'd be more willing, because at that point, like, yeah, advertise money. Well, now you're not, you're paying me for the commercials now.
Yeah, it's on the other foot now.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying.
It's not during the commercials of the show. It's during commercials between shows, and it's not just the time span of 3 hours, if you will. It's a time span of 24 hours, because now we have our own channel.
Yeah.
So any advertisements that's shown on this channel at all is our money.
Yep.
True.
And then, but
that's where the money is the advertisement. So it's not necessarily you letting the company determine your ads. It's more so whoever pays you for their ads.
Yeah.
So the shoe's on the other foot.
Yeah. And I love Peacock. I love me some Office. Love me some Office on there.
It's great.
Love the WWE, watching the pay-per-views there.
NBC.
But I will say, I feel like they just need to push harder on Peacock, like just fixing their shit.
Is USA owned by NBC?
Probably. Chances are in the grand
Because
scheme.
if not, they should go to like one of those channels, especially because they're already on the streaming service.
Because AEW also is on Hulu too.
Yeah.
So I mean, shit.
Yeah, I guess like.
Honestly, I thought they were going to move everything to Fox.
NBC does own USA.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but still, like, I feel like they're fine on Peacock.
Yeah.
It's just, because Peacock is, like, has so much that already on there, it's solid. In my opinion, like, they have, especially, like, for, I guess, the nostalgia reason of keeping those older fans and everything, they have, good shows on there.
Yeah.
But, like I said, I would just have them just tell Peacock to fix their shit. Which, don't get me wrong, Peacock is not the worst out there, but how many times have we been watching a pay-per-view and it freezes and everyone's having the trouble, or it randomly cuts out?
That's true.
Like, not even because they're having, wardrobe malfunctions or anything, it just kicked us out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But you know what I mean?
So should they go back to like an independent streaming service on their own?
I wouldn't
Should
say
go back to WWE Network, bro.
That's what I'm asking. Like,
no, because WWE Network had the same problems, didn't they?
Not as bad as it was with Peacock.
it wasn't terrible, but
at
they
the beginning.
censored a lot of like certain things, like obviously the Benoit stuff. Like a lot of Benoit matches, it was hard to find.
They hide them. Like, you have to go search for them.
Yeah,
to find them.
literally.
But you still have to do that.
Yeah.
But I'm not saying like glorify him and fucking put him on the front cover, but at least
Recognize the history.
Acknowledge it. He was.
It's like the same argument with like separating the artist from their music. If that makes sense. Like, you separate a wrestler from their work or like their craft, you know what I mean? And it's the same token.
Yeah.
Some people can do it, some people can't do it.
It's tough.
So
It is.
It also depends on the scenario and the situation.
Yeah. It's tough.
Well, because like these wrestlers are,
I feel like if they, I feel like if they, not even that, like, but if they like, not defending Chris Benoit at all, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But like, if they tackle the issue head on and they're like, hey, look, this happened, let's make those documentaries, let's do this to raise awareness and to also get other people to understand the dangers of wrestling and understanding why maybe we don't do some of the things we used to do,
or why you shouldn't do it at home.
exactly. And
advertisement every fucking episode.
there should be again maybe like for the your average the whole family could watch this with the kids and everything to understand it's a good learning experience, blah blah blah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe not focus on just Benoit, do whatever, but for those older, more mature fans and everything, do like, hey, again, this is a serious issue. If you or a loved one that does this, or you see these signs, please reach out. You know what I mean? Like, do something to just raise that awareness.
Yeah.
And
They do have
acknowledge
a lot
it.
of blunders. They have a lot of blunders that they could capitalize on if they like put out a notice and like, if you need help, this and that.
Yeah.
Exactly. Stuff like that. So and I feel like that would allow, we were like, okay, people, know the story. More people know the story. They're not, WWE's not running away from it or anything, or trying to bury that and bury Chris Benoit, where they can be like, look, what he did, you're still going like, what he did is horrible. Absolutely horrible. It should have never happened, blah, 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 blah. This is what led to it.
Yeah.
He was, again, he clearly had the talent. He had the whatever, it doesn't excuse his actions, but this is what we believe led to it. These are the dangers of, wrestling or whatever. Not saying, again, not everyone's going to do that and, do that horrible act, but, if we continue to do stuff like that, you'll just see more and more of these cases.
Yeah.
Maybe not to that extreme, but and again, bringing awareness to us, explaining to people, and I guess getting the word and understand, like, look, we understand we may not be, as badass as we were in the Attitude Era, but I mean, this is kind of the reason why.
Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Well, on that somber note, let's go to something a little bit better.
I only use Benoit because it's an easy example.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All right. Do you have a pitch? I have two, so that's why I want to know, because then I can break them up. Just a germ. Do you have one?
Nothing as serious as
It
what you guys were saying.
Does it have to be?
Empty.
So, as you guys know, I'm the half mark, which I don't really know a lot about what you guys are talking about. I know bits and pieces from what you guys have told me before, but just not the whole picture. For me, what I'd like to see is, even though I know it's probably won't happen because it's terrible, would be more things like when Undertaker threw Mankind of Hell.
Oh,
I know it's awful and terrible,
Yeah.
but the
Shane McMahon's gone.
cut
No one's
this
gonna do
man
it.
in half.
Like
It's just
Shane
too good
McMahon is
for
gone.
me.
No one's gonna do it.
You want more defining moments?
Braun hand
Yes.
matches.
Something that's more
Those were the best.
extreme, I guess.
Okay.
They were on
Okay.
public TV.
But that would be something that would never happen, obviously, because, well, I mean, he got hurt
Yeah.
bad.
Well, to be fair, none of that was like really planned
I know.
fully.
I know.
It wasn't executed the best.
We watched the match and we
Yeah.
talked about it
His
before.
So,
tooth was just in his nose.
Nothing
Yeah,
bad.
but how did it get there?
yeah.
The problem with
The
that,
20-foot fall.
yeah. The problem that I'm seeing with that,
He didn't have wings.
no, not just that, is that honestly, we're gonna
Not
get
just that.
it's gonna get to a just another point where
It's another.
where like these people are gonna basically have to kill themselves to get a reaction.
Yeah.
That's the
Well,
reason that obviously wouldn't happen.
We're gonna eventually get to Dynamite Kid with you, and then you'll kind of know where Drip's coming from.
Yeah.
Dynamite Kid,
I see
that sounds
that.
familiar.
Well, because honestly, at the end of the day, we're all human. Our body's gonna break down.
we have limitations.
We can only do so much as far as wrestling goes.
I mean, and he got the point. Just
Some
because
people have proved that wrong.
I know, but where are they?
Ask PCO. You tell me.
PCO needs to go home and love his wife.
He needs to stop.
He needs to go home, say, honey, I'm home. I'm going to go fire up the grill. We're going to have some burgers. I'm not going to go through it this time, I promise. But
I go to the grill. Okay. Oh my god.
Yeah.
All right.
Once he retires, then I'll
But yeah,
gladly.
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
obviously that's not gonna
You
happen.
No,
want the like shock factor, the awe factor.
Kind
Yeah,
of,
the
but
awe.
I feel like it's deeper than that, and it kind of ties into what you guys were saying. Where like I feel like people in those times just had more liberties, I guess.
That's true.
Well, life
Or slight.
has changed in 20, 30
Yes,
years.
but that's the reason why I'm saying that. In a sense, it kind of ties into what all of you were kind of
Like,
saying.
I
Just
can't-
the freedom.
I
for
get what
the
you're
rest.
saying. Because like think back to the last Brock and Roman fight. That man brought a tractor. For what?
Why?
For what?
You
I loved
stopped
it.
or what?
I loved it.
He lifted the rig.
Yeah, he lifted
We
the
need
rig.
more stuff like that. I get what you're saying. Like not maybe necessarily
It
like
doesn't have to be
harming, and
as
that's like
extreme.
yeah, as
but we need
extreme,
more
but like
shocking,
Like, that was
random
fine.
moment.
So, like, we're talking, like, Zamboni, Stone Cold, or, like, the milk truck and Kurt Angle.
Yes.
Or, like, what? The fucking...
Katie
the,
Vick.
the poo storm on Spirit Squad.
Yep.
Or JBL's limo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
yeah, like I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying. Like maybe do something random too, like
Well, not everyone's gonna fucking throw themselves 20 feet off.
Well, no, obviously.
I don't know if that'll ever
But this is where
happen.
that character development comes in, guys.
Well, because that's what put him over, really.
Yeah.
That's what everyone loved him for.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why he
All
was
for the fans.
over.
Mm-hmm. Or freaking Undertaker needs to come out on the motorcycle.
Yeah.
He just changed up his gimmick.
yeah.
He would almost run people over.
He did. I remember Charles Robinson jumping out of the way one time.
Yeah. All right. I have two pitches. So first one, kind of opposite of what you said. Keep their time. And introduce more titles. Because you're saying AEW has a lot of titles, but my issue with AEW, they have the roster for it, they don't have the time.
They don't have the time slot.
Because they don't use, I feel like they don't use Dark and Elevation to the most abilities.
No, they don't. I
But
don't think so.
you're
either.
more of a fan of the longer grueling match.
Correct. I
Oh,
am.
Japanese style
Oh,
match,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Yes,
God.
I
The
love-
storytelling,
That's
dude.
also a niche.
Yeah.
Well, let me.
That's what the
repeat
pitches are for.
What Billy Gunn said. Not every match has to be a 5-star match.
Also
That's
true.
also okay. That
Very
makes
true.
sense.
So,
That makes sense.
like, if it's 10 minutes, cool. Give me 10 minutes.
But give me 10
But
minutes,
it's
bro.
solid
Yeah.
work.
Give me 10 minutes,
work.
bro.
Yeah, I get you. Okay.
So,
I said,
WWE,
yeah, because you can have. I feel like I think it's fair to say like you can have a 3-star match, whatever,
yeah,
and it can still be a great,
Yeah.
enjoyable. Especially it was 10 minutes. I'll watch that all day. That was amazing.
Just
Yeah,
watch the cruiserweights go for 10 minutes.
Dude,
Yeah.
dude.
Mustafa Ali
Imagine.
versus
Cedric?
Cedric, Mustafa Ali versus
that'd
Buddy
be cool.
Murphy in the
That'd be
Extreme
cool.
Rules match.
Oh.
All great matches. So
Okay.
that's what I do. Introduce more titles because they have the roster for it. They have the time to fill for it.
They also have the roster.
They have the roster.
But back in the day, like when I was like really like watching, that was their issue. They didn't have the roster to introduce more belts.
Yeah,
They had a lot of big names.
No, they had a lot of people injured.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
That
That's
they
true.
consistently injured too. So that's pitch number 1. Pitch number 2. So there is. It has. I guess it's become more of a thing now because of NXT. But Worlds Collide. The first Worlds Collide had one of the best matches that I've ever seen, which is Luke Harper versus Dominic Dijakovic.
Yeah.
That match was banger.
That
of a
match was a. This is right before Luke Harper got released.
That was his last match.
That was his last match.
Before in WWE was that, and he tweeted about it and posted about like.
Oh, I've
hey,
seen that match then. So that's when he left and then AEW started?
And he got picked up by AEW.
Yeah.
That was that
Yeah.
match? Oh, then I
Yeah.
have seen that match.
So great match. I want more Worlds Collide because right now it's just NXT UK it was, but I want to see like Raw. I want this to be like the new Survivor Series. Worlds Collide each pay per view. It doesn't have to be like full on like
Survivor
the
Series
team,
is dope. It's a
but
dope
give me that
concept.
tournament. Give me that tournament of all like 4 rosters.
Then we get the cross promotion
And cross
everything.
promote,
Nah.
and don't just put like these guys that aren't being used. Give me like top guys. Give me Sami Zayn. Give me AJ.
Can I piggyback that?
Sure.
So what? Let's say Survivor Series rolls around. We do what you're saying, but they have the opportunity if they win said tournament or however stipulation, they get the chance to choose what promotion they go to. So therefore, it's even deeper.
Of the ones that participated.
That's what I'm saying.
Or go for the title of that promotion.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Yeah,
That's what he
okay.
meant.
Well, like
Okay,
let's
I mean,
say
the
you
title.
win and whatever happens with the title situation, but if you want to go to Raw to SmackDown, you can't because you
Yeah.
won the promotion.
Okay.
Let me take
so
it
kind of like their Money in the Bank.
That and it gives the wrestler an incentive, like if I want to, or if they need to change up storylines, they have a pay per view.
Essentially, I'm combining King of the Ring and Survivor Series together.
Yeah.
That's what I want.
Because when I picture Survivor Series, I always think of like the 5-man tags where one's wearing red and the other's wearing
Yeah.
blue.
And he's getting rid of it. By the way, Survivor Series is this weekend.
Yes.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it's always a
I
Thanksgiving holiday.
just realized
It's
that
always a
yesterday.
Thanksgiving pay per
I
view.
didn't know that. I guess I'd be.
Let me before we get off the topic. Let me piggyback further off of your Worlds Collide.
Okay.
So
Shinsuke-
Shinsuke's facing Great Muta.
Yeah, I do. I thought about this too. Yeah.
Why not instead of just WWE brands, we talk about other
Expand
promotions?
the Forbidden
And
Door?
I throw them in there, like have WWE versus I don't know the PWG or WWE versus
Well,
Let's just trim the fat. Let's just go for the big one.
AEW.
AEW,
New Japan.
WWE, New Japan, NXT, Impact, AAA.
CMLL.
You get that.
AAA and CMLL won't work together.
You get that. And
I know, but different years you get one or the other.
True.
You do that.
see,
Let all these
anymore.
work with all these promotions. Do the Royal Rumble, and they can challenge for any world title.
Have a universal like
Ooh, introduce
is
a
the
new
shot.
belt and just have just like a cross promotion
like
belt.
the best in the
No,
world
no, no.
belt.
I like Russell's idea. You beat all the promotions. You are the best in the world.
Belt collector.
You go for whatever title
Yeah,
that from any of the brands, any of the companies.
and then it would be at their big star, promotion.
New Japan
Yeah.
does.
Kind
But, like,
with
each-
the G1.
Yeah.
Kinda like
Each
that.
like each brand does their own like version of
Qualifiers.
Yeah, qualifiers. So like
Yeah.
there's one the Royal Rumble for WWE. You have AEW do just some sort of instead of just a Royal Rumble, they do a tournament,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and then they what I mean. They do another promotion does a ladder match or something. Don't obviously expand it to every promotion that they can choose whatever world title from any promotion. Just do like the top 3.
makes sense.
Okay, the top three: WWE, AEW, and whatever else.
New Japan.
New Japan. You can change. You can challenge for any one of their big belt.
Now this brings up a good question now. You know all those people that are jumping from promotions and whatnot?
Yeah.
What promotions would they represent?
They're free agents.
Yeah.
I mean, you could introduce free agencies too.
But I mean, the
I feel like maybe that could be it, where like the Royal Rumble to like stipulation, you cannot be a free agent. So then you have
sign
so
somewhere.
you have the Survivor Series, and again, these other promotions do their own version of it.
Worlds
where
collide, yeah.
yeah, like or yeah, even Worlds Collide. Winner gets to sign on to whatever promotion and gets an automatic entry into the Royal Rumble or
Just
the tournament, whatever.
add stipulations to it. Oh
Yeah.
my god, this could be like a year-long build, bro.
It would
Yeah.
be cool. It would be really cool to see something like that. I guess the only thing I can think of is like the difference in money each company makes. So
Well,
let's
And
say
if they're willing to work.
Well, what's the biggest wrestling company?
let's say
WWE.
so
And
let's
now you
say
see everybody on there.
so who's responsible to pay them? Is that WWE's responsibility, or is
So,
that the promotion you came from?
So there's a number of ways you could do it.
Yeah.
In a business side of things, you can either have like you can invite the company to come, right? It's just be like, hey, we'll feature some of your guys. We'll push whatever guys.
Yeah,
you want us
it
to.
comes down to the nitty-gritty at that
Yeah.
point.
So it just kind of depends on business.
Yeah.
Or you could be like,
So then the
hey,
bigger company pays.
It depends on how the talks.
yeah,
Honestly, it depends on the negotiations.
because it all depends. Because I could be like, because let's say I'm dirty, right? And I don't know, like CMLL, right? Maybe they want to go into the U.S. territories. So CMLL could be like, CMLL could be like, you can use any of my guys, whatever guys you want, do, have whoever you want win, just mention us consistently, mention the brand, feature whatever we want you to.
Shit, here's our commercials.
Yeah,
I feel like they would have
You
to.
did that then.
I feel like they would.
With New Japan.
yeah,
AAA. They brought the belts over all the time.
yeah.
Well, yeah, because,
I
They
feel like
have worked a relationship with AAA.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
But-
That's already
well, so
But then the other companies, like let's say AEW is like, no, we don't want that. Or actually,
to be honest, AEW is closer to doing something like that than WWE right now.
I know, but I'm going to the dirty side, right?
okay.
So let's say AEW, right? They're like, no, we're good, but you know what? Tony Khan's like, I need more money for Ring of Honor, and I want to feature more of my Ring of Honor champions. But I'm not going to do it for free. I need more money for Ring of Honor, so give me money, and then you can use
That
it.
depends. This is how the situations. that
I feel
everybody's
like, and something they could easily do
Yeah.
is also just to kind of help, like, as people come in and keep it fair too, where it's like, hey, these small tier guys or whatever, like, everyone will be assigned, like, at a tier. Like,
Yeah.
these people at this first tier, you can use whatever. We'll pay them. You don't have to worry about that, but you use them however you want. Obviously, within our permission, we got to approve final storyteller or whatever, or something,
Yeah,
Or as long as if we'll have their back. Like if they don't like their story, or whatever,
we'll have the
we'll have their back.
Yeah.
At tier 2, we'll be willing. Like these are kind of our not big main stars, but our mid card or whatever. We'll split the difference.
Yeah.
At tier 3, those are our big guys. You want them, you got to pay them.
Yep.
You want to use them, you got to pay
also
them.
have it be like, because Tony Khan did it for WWE, where it's like, I'm only allowing it if they want to do it. If they want to do it, sure. If not, no. Or like with New Japan could be like, yeah, we'll let you get Okada, but you gotta give me AJ.
Yeah, they'll do that too, like trades.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, you can use these guys for the tournament, but I want to use these guys for my stuff.
Yeah.
And then just same thing, I feel like with, like if you did all that, and then same thing, like if we do like a Survivor Series, you pick whatever promotion, whatever, obviously you would know beforehand.
Yeah.
So it could be something where like realistically just, hey, your contract's
would
due,
have to
we
take
all
a lot of
negotiate
time,
together.
Of
yeah.
course.
Yeah, this would be, as I said, this would have to be.
Well,
like
they're
a
starting at ground
year-long.
zero. They're starting at ground zero, really.
Yeah. So, that's my pitch. Worlds Collide. I originally started with just the brands and I didn't do but let's go big. Get everybody. Dirty has the money for it. Dirty has the advertising, the streaming for it.
They have a platform.
So
They have
then,
the platform.
let's say, hypothetically, we get a universal brand that anybody can sign up into,
Okay.
and there's a universal title involved.
Oh, I mean PWG.
No, I mean any like PWG can go there, WWE can go there, but it's not. It's just an entity. It's not necessarily a company. Like it's just.
I feel like I get what you're saying, where it's like it's across everyone.
Or like, let's say the top 100 enter.
So like an agency.
In a way, they're just a placeholder.
Yeah.
They're just a stadium.
Yep.
You know what I mean? There's no
Agency.
creative involved. It's just your character. You bring what you're gonna do. You cut your promo, however, and then the top 100 are the only people welcomed into this space.
I get what you're saying. Like and I'll explain it, which I don't know how well across this goes, but I feel like it's kind of like One Piece. And
Let's go.
Bear with me.
All right.
Bear with me.
All right, I'm with you.
Alright, this is the anime section of the podcast.
You got your pirates, and you have really, really good pirates. But then you got your 7 warlords, where they're really, really good pirates. They've been, acknowledged as really, really good pirates, whatever. But then on top of that, you have your 4 emperors. Where, like, the 4 emperors, I mean, they realistically have power over everyone. So, you have your regular pirates, whatever, your social shows, whatever. You got your 7 warlords will be your big companies, your WWE, your AEW, whatever. And then you got your 4 emperors, where it's like, okay, you guys essentially can be wherever. There's not a specific show you title, but essentially you reign above all. Like, you truly are the best of everyone.
Yeah.
Is that what kind of you mean?
Yeah. in a
Champion
way,
of
yeah.
champions.
Told you. I can tie it back.
It's like a champion of champions type of thing.
Yeah, but it's not a promotion.
Right.
It's just a blank canvas. There's no you are your promotion.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
No, yeah. I get what you're saying.
Because then it'd be like it comes.
Because you
down
would
to
have your own
skill.
title, right?
You would- not necessarily your own title, but like whoever wins said tournament of whatever, however you make that up in your head, is the best in the world.
So kind of like, I feel like
Like a
like a king of the ring.
Combat.
Yeah.
Like a king of the ring, but not necessarily hey, you're king of the ring and you won and not just gotta be called king,
Yeah.
but you're not
You move
you're not
up the
WWE
rank, yeah.
champion. Yeah. No, you truly are the king or queen of the ring.
Yeah.
Like it's not just like here's a fun gimmicky little whatever.
No, like you
It's
literally are the best.
Yeah.
Out of it.
Okay.
If like let's say Okada leaves New Japan, and I don't know who's champion now.
so it's
So,
Roman Reigns. They'd like,
man, Roman Reigns versus
but you see what I'm saying?
Okada?
Like,
okay. I get what you're saying.
or like Omega joins.
Like don't actually have a title belt, but it truly is just a title without a title belt.
Yeah, and just like you are the champ. Like you out wrestled all of these people.
Man, we just need to bump up the King of the Ring, dude.
Yeah,
Hey, it's rumored to
it's a
happen
good
next year.
concept. It's a
Yeah.
good concept.
That's the pitch, guys. We just gotta elevate King of the Ring.
What'd you learn today? Elevate King of the
King
Ring.
of the Ring.
Thank you. Thank
You know what he learned?
Survivor
He learned that
Series.
sometimes 5 milligrams fucks you up.
Yeah.
I'm okay.
I'm good.
During we were playing SmackDown Showdown, he just looks at me. He's like, "I'm feeling it."
why are you lying?
Well, I mean,
Hold on. I don't feel anything.
Jim was doing his promo.
Alright, hold on. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to this. Hope you liked our pitches. Hope you enjoyed. I'm gonna get really close to this mic right now. We'll see how you guys like it. It's got a condom on it. Yes, yes it does. So, remember, if that check bounces, so do you. Okay, bye.
Love you, bye.